Welcome to the newest new sitcom series from Bandai Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts called The Side-Eyers. And starring in this week's episode, we have Bucky, also known as the Winter Soldier, Black Widow, and newest to the series, we have Scarlet Witch. There's also others in the series who aren't here right now, like Nebula and Captain America, and a few others. So stay tuned for next week's episode to find out who will join the new Side-Eyers series. Be sure to check out Agelessgeeks for your figures and collectibles. This video and YouTube channel is rated PG-13, so that means this channel is not for anyone under the age of 13. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts Avengers Infinity War Scarlet Witch. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. So as you can see here, we do get the basic style box when it comes to the SH Figuarts MCU line. So we do get the window right there in the front of the box, and on the window in gold to say SH Figuarts Scarlet Witch. We do get a little Scarlet Witch symbol right there, which looks pretty cool. On the bottom there, we do get an image of the character and the Bandai Tamashii Nation's quality sticker. Then it does say Marvel Avengers Infinity War, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. And then here's the bottom of the box with the blah blah blah, so nobody cares about. Then a very small miniature image of the figure. Then here's the top of the box. The one side there, another small image of the Scarlet Witch figure. Here's the other side of the box, and then the back there does have a few poses you can get the figure into, along with some of her accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure, but to take a closer look at this character who really could have just ripped Thanos from the inside out in Infinity War, but she decided not to do it. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Tamashii Nations did a beautiful job with this Scarlet Witch here. My main issue is there's really no shading on her maroon parts of her outfit at all. There's a little bit of shading on the hair, but that's it, man. And it does look a bit bland not having any shading on the maroon here. But the face sculpts are definitely spot on, man. That looks just like Elizabeth Olsen. The paint's nice and clean all throughout the face. The sculpt of the hair looks really nice too. It is two separate pieces. The bottom part is one separate piece, then we have the top part as well. Well, technically it's three pieces because you remove the front of the hair right there, but they added some nice shading all throughout it. The sculpt of it looks really good. We get more shading on the top and the back right there. So the sculpt and the paint of the hair turned out really nice on this Scarlet Witch here. So the head sculpt, hair sculpt, looks fantastic. Then we do get her necklace there on her upper chest. As you can see right there, the paint's nice and clean. It is sculpted on there as well. The skin tone matches pretty good too from the chest, neck, and the face there. And then we do get her, I forgot what it's called there, but the laces look great running down the center right there. Nice sculpt detail on that. They added some black paint right down the center as well. We get some sculpted lines on it. And her jacket looks really nice too. We get a bunch of sculpted lines and nice sculpted texture all throughout it. Beautiful sculpted wrinkles all throughout it as well. And it's not an incredibly soft plastic, so it does restrict a decent amount of articulation, which we'll go over a little bit later. But the jacket does look great on the torso and on the sleeves as well. So really nice job on that. Like I said, it definitely could have used shading or at least a wash or something, man. You know what I mean? And then for the pants here, we get some sculpted wrinkles at the hip or upper thighs right there, and then we do get like the lines in the pants or the crease, whatever it is, on the sides and the inside of the leg. We have some more sculpted wrinkles around the knees. Then we do get her boots there, which is a glossy black. We get sculpted wrinkles all throughout it. We have like a strap and a buckle at the top right there, more sculpted wrinkles as well. And then the laces on there look pretty good too. So nice job overall on the figure, and we get some excellent sculpted treads on the bottom as well. So overall, the detail on this, fantastic job, man. Just personally for me, they definitely could have added more damn shading on the figure besides just on the hair there. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, Scarlet Witch is included with an okay amount of stuff. So what we do get two interchangeable faces and two interchangeable hair pieces. So for the faces, starting on the left there, we do get the basic stern face, which is the one that comes on the figure out of the packaging. And that one, she's looking straight ahead, so we do get that one. And then on the right there, next to that one, we get another basic stern looking face, but this time she's looking off to the left, which I do like that they include those with the figures, but it's like we couldn't get any other facial expression as well. You know what I mean? Like, why do they just give the same basic stern facial expression, but the eyes are just looking in a different direction? You feel a bit gypped, you know what I mean? And just having the same facial expression just really limits your display options or posing options with your figure, and it doesn't make it that much fun to pose around. I don't know why we couldn't get like an angry type face maybe, you know what I mean? So pretty disappointed with the limited interchangeable faces there with no other facial expressions. So we do get those, and then we do get the two interchangeable hair pieces. So the one on the left is the regular one, which is the one that comes on the figure out of the packaging. Then on the right we do get my favorite out of the two, and that's where it looks like her hair is kind of blowing in the wind a little bit, or maybe her abilities like pushing her hair to the side or something like that. And that one does look really cool once you have it on the figure. And we do get some very nice sculpt and paint detail throughout the hair pieces, and we get some excellent sculpt and paint detail throughout the faces, and they do look exactly like Elizabeth Olsen. And it's very easy to swap the faces and the hair pieces. I'll show you how to do that right now. So swapping her faces and hair is very simple. So all you do is just pull the hair off and it unpegs, and you just pull the face off and that unpegs. Take the other face here. You mean the same facial expression face? Yeah, that one. So you peg that one, and then you take the other hair here and just peg that in, and then there you go, as simple as that. And this is definitely my favorite look out of the two different looks you have with the figure here, and looks dope once you do have it on Scarlet Witch there. So we do get the two interchangeable hair pieces and faces, and then we also get 3 different effects for her ability or power. So we do get this like shooting one here, which looks really nice, man. I love the translucent plastic, how it's clear on the end. Then it's a little pinkish in the middle and turns more red to where it's at, connected to her hand. As you can see, we have the peg right there that can peg into one of the hands right there. But the sculpt of it looks really nice too. Really dig the way this looks here. It's a little warped, as you can see right there, but very cool looking accessory. Then we do get the 2 smaller ones that kind of look like bowls. And these do also peg into her hand, and they are a translucent plastic, as you can see right there. And we get some nice sculpt detail all throughout them. It's very easy to get them on as well. I'll show you how to do that, whoops, right now quickly. And the way you use her effects is very simple. So of course you need the hands with the peg holes on the palms there. So if you want to use like the blasting energy effect, you just peg that into whichever hand you want to peg it into, and you do something like that. But you do have to set it up right, because then it looks like she's just shooting it downward, which looks a little odd. So if you kind of lift her hand up a little bit and kind of swivel around the effect piece to try to have it look upward a little bit more, or maybe just move her hand up a little bit more so it looks like she's shooting it straight on. So that's how you get that one on. And then the other ones that look like cereal bowls, you just peg those in as well, and they just stay right in there. You know, they're not going to pop out or anything like that. And do the same thing on the other side, and then there you go, as simple as that, to get Scarlet Witch using her effects. So we do get that stuff, and then we finally get 8 alternate hands. And starting on the top right here, we do get some resting type hands, which are the ones that do come on the figure out of the packaging, and not a fan of these hands at all. I believe we've seen them with some of their other female figures as well. So we do get a pair of those, and we do get a pair of open type hands where it's kind of like she's using her ability there, which I do like that they included those. And on the bottom here we get 2 pairs of the same type of hands, but these ones have peg holes and these ones do not. And the hands, the gesture she's making is like when she uses her ability, and I do like how they gave us 2 sets of them, one with the peg holes and one without. One with the peg holes, of course, you peg her effects into. And we do get some very nice sculpt and paint detail throughout all 8 hands. They are pretty simple to swap out as well. I did have an issue with her right wrist joint when I would swap out some of the hands. The wrist joint would split apart, and the peg that connects into the hand would come off with the hand, which I do have that issue with certain SH Figuarts figures, so that is a bit annoying, but the hands are pretty simple to swap out, and that is a good thing, because you don't want to risk breaking a wrist joint on your figurine. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Scarlet Witch. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Mrs. Vision. To the very top of her head, it looks like she's a little bit over 5 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall. And then here she is compared to the SH Figuarts Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord, the Infinity War Black Widow, the Infinity War Bucky, and the Infinity War Hulk. And I think Scarlet Witch here scales pretty well with some of the other SH Figuarts MCU figures. And then here she is compared to the SH Figuarts Justice League Wonder Woman, the SH Figuarts Infinity War Thanos, her father, the Mezco 112 Magneto, and the Mafex Infinity War Black Panther. And then here she is compared to the Storm Collectible Sector, the Marvel Legends Retro Series Deadpool, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here she is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation. Scarlet Witch here has some pretty good movement, but we do get some restricted articulation because of her jacket here. So we do have 2 joints at the neck there. The upper neck joint, the bottom part of the hair is just a separate piece. It's not an articulated piece or anything like that, but you can only get her to look up about that much with the upper neck, and then the more you look down, the more her hair is going to press against her torso and it's going to want to pop out. So you technically can get her to look down really well, but because of her hair, it does limit her looking down any further than about that right there, which isn't too bad actually. And then we do get very nice pivot up there, and then it does swivel as well. The lower neck joint goes forward a little bit, doesn't really go back at all because it does get restricted. Of course, you do get a little bit of pivot there, and it does swivel as well. So we do get some pretty good movement at the neck joints. It's just the hair and the collar of her jacket does restrict some points of the articulation up there. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso and the waist there, and of course, since she is wearing this jacket, it does restrict some of her articulation. So with both joints, you can get her to crunch forward really well, and her damn hair fell off again. That's another little issue with the figure. The hair does tend to pop off a lot, but she does crunch forward pretty damn good with both those joints. You're not really going to get her to go back too much. I mean, if you push it, you can get it, but she's going to go back about that much. Like I said, the jacket is going to restrict that articulation. And then you do get nice pivot at both the waist and the torso, but the jacket can get in the way, but you can still work the articulation to get some pretty good pivot out of it. Then we do get swivel at the torso and a little bit at the waist as well. Damn that piece of hair. I'll just put this one on because that one just fell on the floor, and this one I do like better. Anyway, now for the arms here, we do have a nice shoulder joint, so you can move the arm in a circular motion right there, and then the arms do go out to the sides a little more than 90 degrees, so that's definitely awesome. They do go up and down. We do not have true bicep swivel, which does suck. I mean, they definitely could have threw it in there and hit it pretty well, but if you want to use swivel at the arm, you will either have to use it at the shoulder joint, or you could use it at the single jointed elbow, and this bends in a lot more than 90 degrees, so that's definitely good. And then you do get the swivel there as well. That's kind of getting a little bit of looseness to it though, and it does swivel where it connects a little bit into the forearm as well. Then we do have a ball hinge on the wrist there, so whoops, and that does swivel, and then it does hinge back and forth there. Now for the legs here, Scarlet Witch can kick forward pretty good, a little more than 90 degrees. Her legs do go to the back, but of course the coat is going to restrict the legs from going any further back than that. And let's see if she can Jean-Claude Van Damme it here. And the coat is getting in the damn way, but goddamn coat, get out my bloody way. There we go. Let's see if she can Van Damme it, and she almost can actually. So very nice leg movement with Scarlet Witch, and you just get very slight hip swivel there. We do have a single jointed knee that does bend back almost all the way, and the joint does swivel where it connects into the thigh, and it really doesn't swivel too much where it connects into the lower leg there. And then the ankles here, they do swivel. They hinge up really well, hinge down pretty good, and then the ankle pivot, if you move the ball hinge to the side, you can get a great ankle pivot with Scarlet Witch there. And then we do have a nice toe hinge, and even though she's wearing heels, she really is not difficult to stand at all. But overall, she does have good articulation. It's just the coat she's wearing does restrict some of the movement, but even though that does do that, you're still going to be able to get her in some pretty good Scarlet Witchy type poses, and I'm about to show you some of those poses right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Infinity War Scarlet Witch. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure with detail, I'd give it an even 9. Articulation, I'd give it an even 7. Accessories would also get an even 7. And then the overall quality would get an 8.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, so you can check over at the website at agelessgeeks.com. And when you check out, use codename Daredevil, and you will get yourself a bit of a discount. If you can't find something on the website, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or their Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. On the bottom there, we do get the Tamashii Nation quality and blah and bibbidi boo. Bah. Let's get this figure. 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 Take a closer look. The SH Figuarts Guardians of the SH Figuarts Justice League Wonder Woman. The Storm Collectibles Sector, the Marvel Legends Deadpool, the Machi Uchawana. We do get some regular chippity chappity chippidoos. Yabba-dabba-doo. And she does actually have a pretty nice action figure Scarlet Witch